When people ask me what I do, I always say I help them understand their business numbers better, because numbers are the language of business, and how well you understand them will ultimately determine how successful you are. Business is literally a numbers game, and in this video I'm going to be asking the question, do you know your marketing numbers? Hello, I'm Noel Guilford and I'm a chartered accountant. I qualified with Arthur Andersen before spending over 10 years as a partner at Deloitte. Several years ago I started my own firm and now act exclusively for early stage businesses, helping them through that crucial first 5 years when the majority of businesses fail. And one of the reasons so many fail is that they don't spend enough time getting to understand their numbers. Some are genuinely afraid of the money side of the business, others find numbers confusing, and most have been conditioned into thinking that it's all too complicated. But don't be put off. Understanding your business numbers is what frees your time to be able to do the right things and spend the right amount of money on the things that will grow and develop your business. It was Dan Kennedy, who most of you will have heard of, who said this, and I think that's very true. So here's some numbers to get started. If I ask you what these numbers mean to you, you may say, well, they add up to 100. And in fact they do, because they're percentages, and they're the percentages of successful businesses. In any sector, if there are 100 businesses, you'll find that 1 is super successful, 4 will be making somebody rich, and 15 will be getting there. But 60 will just be making a living, and 20% will be struggling. So you might say, what do these numbers mean to me? Well, the answer is this. If you think about it, if 80% of businesses are either just making a living or struggling, then they're doing something wrong. In fact, most people in your industry or business sector are doing something wrong. For example, if I asked you, what is your most important asset? What would you say? The reason that too many businesses fail is that they don't know the answer. As a consultant, your most important asset is your database, and the most important thing you do is marketing, or as we call it, getting and keeping customers. Most businesses fail in their early years because they don't get it, that if they don't market themselves properly and spend their scarce resources wisely, they'll go out of business. I call these the 7 deadly sins of marketing. We don't have time in this short video to go through them all, but relying on too few lead sources and not knowing your numbers are 2 of them. Lead sources are key. As you know, all the different lead sources that you use should drive traffic to your website. And when they get there, you should put them through your squeeze mechanism. We recommend a 6-step squeeze mechanism process, where you offer a lead magnet, email opt-in, a thank you page, and then follow up with an autoresponder. And don't forget that all-important thank you page, which we call the exit through the gift shop. It's your last opportunity before people leave your site to sell them one more time. And this is where you really need to understand your marketing numbers, because everything we've discussed up until now, your database, your lead sources, your traffic, the number of opt-ins to your lead magnet, all need to be measured. Here are my top 7 marketing numbers you should know. The number of leads that you generate, the cost of generating those leads per source, the conversion rate, what it costs you to convert the lead to a customer, what the lifetime value of a customer is, your lead to sales ratio, your margin by customer and product, and your average sales value. Each of these can be used to drive your marketing strategy, tell you where and where not to spend your marketing budget, and increase your sales and profits. And none of them is difficult to calculate. And finally, don't forget the power of analytics. If you know your numbers and use analytics properly, you can focus your marketing spend on exactly the areas where you'll get your best return. Unfortunately, these are not always the numbers that most accountants will produce for you, but they should be. So whether you're doing the books yourself or employing a bookkeeper or accountant, tell them the numbers you need to know and make sure your systems capture the data to produce them. That's all we've got time for in this short video, but please feel free to download my ebook, Figure It Out, which you can find at guildfordaccounting.co.uk/figure it out, which goes into a lot more detail about the matters we've discussed in this video. And if I can be of any further help, please feel free to contact me.